Got started on some Nevada work today for the first time, some introductory stuff, and our plan is to do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and a little bit Friday. Not too much, you know. We've kind of found that if you do too much, you tend to get a little bit stale. But we want to introduce it to them. You know, defensively for us, what they do on offense is a little bit different than we see. They run a four-man front defensively for them, which is a little bit different than our offense sees. And so just being able to introduce some of those things to our players here at this time is what we thought was the right way to go. So, you know, the first day that you go with your scout team stuff, it slows down practice just a little bit. You're working off cards for the first time. You've got a lot of guys that have always been the stars of their teams in high school, and all of a sudden they're doing some scout team stuff, and so that's kind of foreign to them. But I thought they moved through it pretty well, and I think tomorrow will be better, and Friday will be better yet. That's what we want, because we want to be able to, on Monday, really jump in and be going at a great tempo, working against Nevada. So it was a good day for us.
Is Nevada doing the same type of offense they had? Are they still doing the pistol? Or?
They're doing some pistol. They're doing some spread stuff. You know, it's really hard for us to get a beat on exactly what they're going to be. Because they've had some change and they've got some varied backgrounds. You know, they've got a coordinator that ran the pistol last year, but you know they've got the Texas A&M influence, Texas A&M influence. You know, so we have to be prepared, I think, for the pistol. We have to be prepared for some spread stuff, potentially some run and shoot concepts, which are a little bit different yet. I think what's important when you're playing that first game is that you anticipate that there's going to be some unscouted looks, things that you just simply can't prepare for. And that's okay, because I think it always really boils down to fundamentals and technique and effort and doing your job. And if you've got a sound defense structurally or you've got a sound offense structurally, then your rules should be able to carry you through things that you haven't seen before. There's going to be an adjustment period. You know, you might have to regroup a little bit, but that's okay.
What's Anthony Barr's status after leaving practice yesterday?
He's fine.
Did he participate in anything today?
He's doing great, man. Yeah, he's good. He's doing super.
Was it a concussion?
He's doing great.
Did anything happen to Anthony? Which of the young outside linebackers have kind of impressed you so far that you'd be confident putting on the team?
Aaron Wallace, Kenny Orgioki, Deion Hollins, Miles Jack. Feel good about all those guys. I think those guys are all going to be really good players for us.
Is there any particular skill or ability that you think will be an asset in particular against this offense from your outside linebackers?
I wish I could tell you that. I wish I knew exactly what they were going to do. And I think that talking about our guys, Deion Hollins has rare get off. You know, rare ability to get off at the snap. I mean, you guys have seen it. He's something special to watch. So in passing situations, you know, a guy like that is going to be really valuable. And he's able to play the run well, too, because he's stout. Miles Jack, you know, he can kind of do it all. He's not quite the pass rusher that Deion is, but he's got a lot of versatility. You know, Aaron Wallace, probably, you know, his experience would be a real plus for us at this point. And Kenny Orgioki, you know, he flashes. He's still a little bit inconsistent. He's still very young. I mean, Kenny just turned 18. You know, he's still just a kid. Yeah, he was like Tyler Foreman is only 17 this year. And he was like Tyler was last year. Or like Tyler is this year. But Tyler's like he was last year. So it just, yeah, I like them all. I think they all have something to add. And I think that what you'll see, regardless of you know, who's healthy and who's not, you're going to see all those guys playing. You know, it's the nature of offenses now with the 90 plays or 80 plays and the heat that we'll be playing in, you know, early in the year at least at the Rose Bowl, that we'll rotate guys through and try to keep them fresh.
With the new talent, like freshman class, I mean, can you tell if there's going to be a more talented scout team look from both sides?
I think so. You know, I think what we have to decide, and we're still working through it, is, you know, which of those freshmen are we going to involve in the game plan? Because there's some that are certainly willing and very capable. You know, if I started to get into names, I'm sure I'd forget somebody. But you guys know who the guys that have been impressive out here through the first 2.5 weeks at camp. And I think our attitude has to be that if a kid can help us win a football game, then we're going to try to find a way to get him on the field. You know, obviously, you know, you'd like to, if you're not going to utilize a guy a certain number of snaps, you don't necessarily want to burn his red shirt. But that's not our priority, is worrying about their red shirt. And it's not the player's priority either. They want to play and they want to win now, and that's what we want to do. So we've got to just find the best players, the guys that give us the best chance to win, and get them in position to excel.
Wallace is kind of the new guy among the starting linebackers. What have you thought of?
Now, I've been really impressed with him. You know, his pass rush ability has really improved. He's been very consistent. He doesn't say anything, so he kind of flies under the radar. You know, he's not loud. He's not a rah-rah guy, but he's very consistent. He's very solid. He's a, you know, big, good-looking kid athletically, and he's become consistent.
You think teams will run toward him away from Anthony maybe a little bit?
You know, I don't know how much teams do that. I think that, you know, for us, we have our scheme and we just kind of play our scheme. So much of the game in college football is hash-oriented, you know, running to the wide field or putting your formation to the wide field. But I think sometimes it may be a little bit difficult to, you know, say going into a game, hey, we're going to run away from this guy. Now, I think in pass protection, you know, certainly people are going to have to take care of Anthony. They'll have to do things to take care of Anthony, and that could hopefully get more one-on-ones for other guys like Cassius, guys like Aaron, you know, guys like Ian Hollins, those types of guys.
Did you name captains?
Yeah, we did. We did name captains. The players voted on captains, and we're going to go with 6 captains this year, and then we'll every week have a special teams captain. So we went 3 on offense, 3 on defense. The captains on offense are Xavier Suafilo, who was a captain last year, Brett Hundley, and Jake Brendel. I thought that there was others that are, you know, certainly great leaders, but that's 3 great choices. And then on defense, Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, and Ryan Hoffmeister. You know, so I think that's 6 guys that are you know, certainly real representatives of what we're looking for in players and in people here.
Fourier and Franklin were so good in the red zone for you last year. What's your level of confidence at once you get inside the 20, having to replace those guys?
Well, I think the guy that's really tough to replace is Joe. Just because you could huck it up there so high, and he just go jump over everyone and get it, and we don't really have that body right now. I think Brett is a big key to our success in the red zone, especially in the passing game. You know, pulling the trigger in those tight windows and have the confidence to throw it in there, and then guys making plays. In the run game, I think it's a big unknown. You know, which one of those guys can sniff out the end zone and, like Jet, find his way in there? You know, I think it remains to be seen who that guy is. So there's certainly some concerns.
Will the freshmen, do you have to deal with nerves or anxiousness as you get closer to the opener?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. So what we're going to do to try to combat that a little bit, and really with everybody, is Saturday night we're going to go out to the Rose Bowl. It'll be completely closed practice, and we're going to go through a mock game. We're going to go out to the Langham. We're going to have a pregame meal there. We're going to take the buses where we would normally go for a Bruin walk, or we're going to walk into the locker room. The timeline's going to be exactly like it would before a game, and then we're going to go out and have a mock game. What you find that first time you walk into the Rose Bowl is your adrenaline just takes over. You saw it at the spring game, and they get tired real easy. So we're going to try to create that on Saturday night, so that when we come out against Nevada, we're maybe just a tad more relaxed and used to the environment. There'll still be a heightened sense of anxiety, certainly. So.
Was Goins practicing today?
He's great, yeah, he's doing good. That's my standard answer. You can just keep asking, and I'll just keep saying, he's good. Well, what do I even say? He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. You know, just to be clear, it's certainly nothing personal. I know you have a job to do with getting as much as you can. Mm-hmm. My job is to try to protect against our opponents getting information that can help them win. And you guys know I'll do whatever I can to help you whenever I can. But when it comes to who's playing where and what strategic things we're doing or who's injured or who's not, it's better if I try to play it close to the vest. So he's fine. So whenever you want to ask, just put, he's fine. All right?